faked being assaulted to ruin my ex's life. No one suspects a thing. Now, he's homeless and broken. I feel so guilty, and I don't know how to redeem myself. I don't even know where to begin. I, 28F, met my ex, Mark, 31M, about 6 years ago. We met at a mutual friend's house party. I was fresh out of college. He was already working as an IT consultant at a big firm in the city. At first, Mark was charming, reserved but witty, very focused on his career. That kind of ambition was attractive to me, maybe too attractive. Our relationship moved fast. By month 6, I'd moved into his condo. He made good money, had a great reputation among his peers, and I liked being part of that life. We had fun for the first couple of years. Vacations, weekend getaways, lots of parties with his tech friends and my artsy ones. But as his career ramped up, I started to feel left behind. Mark was working 60, sometimes 70 hours a week. He would miss date nights, constantly answer emails during dinner, cancel weekend trips because of last-minute projects. When I brought it up, he always stayed so damn calm. I'd be frustrated, crying, and he'd just sit there, hands steepled, saying things like, "I can't help it if this is what the job requires, Jess." Yes, my name's Jessica. Most people call me Jess. Things really started to fall apart in our 4th year together. Arguments got more frequent. I'd accuse him of neglecting me. He'd accuse me of being too emotional, too needy. I remember one argument vividly. It was a Friday night. I had cooked dinner, lit candles, even bought a new dress. He came home 3 hours late, exhausted, barely looked at me. I snapped. "Do you even want to be here anymore, Mark?" I demanded. He sighed, putting down his briefcase. "Jess, I'm tired. This isn't the time. It's never the time. You're never here. You don't care about me. I might as well be invisible." "Don't be dramatic," he muttered. That word, dramatic, it was like gasoline on a fire. I smashed the wine glass on the floor. "Maybe if you felt anything, you'd actually fight for this." But Mark never raised his voice, never lost control. He just cleaned up the glass and said, "I can't keep doing this, Jess." A week later, he broke up with me. "I love you, but this relationship is toxic now. You need stability that I can't give. You deserve someone who will be there, and I can't be that person anymore." I was devastated. Worse, I found out through mutual friends that just 2 months later, Mark was seeing someone new, a girl named Emily, a data analyst he'd met through work. She was younger, prettier, quieter. It killed me. All I could think was, he left me because I was too much, and now he's happy with her? I couldn't sleep. I couldn't eat. And that's when this horrible idea started to take root in my head. I convinced myself he had emotionally abused me. I twisted the arguments in my mind until I believed he had been manipulative, cold, borderline cruel. Then, I told a few of my closest friends, Sarah and Megan, that toward the end of the relationship, Mark had assaulted me one night when we were fighting. I cried, gave fake details, let them pull it out of me. I didn't even have to push that hard. They already hated Mark for breaking up with me. Word spread. Friends stopped talking to him. Emily dumped him. One of his closest work friends apparently told HR. He didn't get fired outright, but he started missing work, drinking more, getting sloppy. A few months later, I heard through the grapevine that Mark was spiraling. He lost his job after missing a big client meeting. His savings ran out. He sold his car. He got evicted from his condo. The last time I saw him was about a month ago. I was walking back from a cafe downtown when I spotted him, sitting on a bench in the park. He looked hollow. His hair was greasy, unkempt. He had dark circles under his eyes. His clothes looked slept in. Against my better judgment, I approached him. "Mark," I said quietly. He looked up. There was a flicker of recognition, then something else. Contempt? Resentment? "Jess," he said flatly. I sat down on the far end of bench. "How are you? I heard you've been having a hard time." He snorted bitterly. "You heard, huh? Guess the rumor mill's still working overtime." I didn't mean, I faltered. I couldn't say it. Couldn't tell him I felt responsible. What do you want? He asked, voice cold. You've already taken everything. My job, my friends, my life. You want to see what's left. I felt like I was going to be sick. Mark, I never wanted this to happen. He laughed, a harsh, humorless sound. Yeah, sure. He stood up abruptly. Stay away from me, Jess. And then he walked off. Since then, I've tried, through mutual friends, to offer help. Money, a place to stay, rehab, anything. But he refuses to respond. And honestly, I don't know what to do. I ruined his life. Out of pettiness. Out of jealousy. I convinced myself he deserved it, and now I see how wrong I was. But how do I undo this? If I confess now, everyone will hate me. Maybe I'll get charged with defamation or worse. And Mark, I doubt he'd ever forgive me. I lie awake at night thinking about it. The guilt is unbearable. I wanted him to feel pain, but now all I feel is shame. How do you find redemption after something like this? How do you live with yourself knowing you destroyed someone's life out of spite? If anyone has advice, please. I need it. Top comments. Backhand index pointing right, underscore, cactus flower, underscore 88. Coming clean publicly will probably only hurt Mark more at this point. You've already wrecked his life. Maybe focus on supporting him from afar. Donate anonymously to shelters or recovery programs. And definitely get counseling for yourself. You're clearly carrying a heavy burden. Backhand index pointing right, throwaway mind, 999. You made a terrible mistake, yes, but the fact that you feel guilt and are seeking redemption says something. Most people in your position would double down. Maybe the best path is to start therapy and figure out why you did this in the first place. Only through genuine change can you even hope to atone. Backhand index pointing right, balanced view, 87. You can't undo the damage. All you can do now is make sure you never hurt another person this way. Therapy is a must. As for Mark, he may never forgive you, and that's his right. Backhand index pointing right, cold steel, 47. You should be in jail for this. False accusations ruin lives. Men kill themselves over this kind of thing. Don't pretend you didn't know exactly what you were doing. Backhand index pointing right, hexagon effect. He's homeless, broken, and drinking himself to death because you wanted revenge. How do you even sleep at night? Don't ask Reddit how to redeem yourself. Go confess to the authorities. Backhand index pointing right, justice sporial. You destroyed someone's life because you couldn't handle rejection and jealousy. I have zero sympathy for you. If you really felt guilty, you'd confess publicly and face the consequences instead of whining on Reddit for sympathy. Backhand index pointing right, gray undersuf. Honestly, this is horrible, but at least you're acknowledging it. That's more than most people in your position would do. I don't know what redemption looks like here. Maybe it's not about fixing him because you can't, but about fixing yourself and never, ever doing something like this again. Backhand index pointing right, sleepy girl reds. Reading this gave me chills. I think you're past the point of helping him. He doesn't want your help and likely never will. You need to focus on accountability. Maybe that means public confession, maybe not. But don't think Reddit absolution will make this go away. Final update. I faked being assaulted to ruin my ex's life. He lost everything. I tried to make it right, but this is where it ends. Hi everyone. This will be my final post about this. I know some people said, don't come back here unless you're confessing publicly. Others told me to update regardless. I owe it to the people who responded, even the ones who hated me, to be honest about what happened next. After my last post went viral, I was overwhelmed. I read every single comment. The ones that told me I was a monster, I agree. The ones that said you're beyond redemption, maybe you're right. And some that said if you really feel guilt, don't just wallow, do something. And that's what I've been trying to figure out. What can I actually do? After I posted, I found out through my old friend Sarah, one of the few mutual friends we still had, that Mark was at a detox shelter downtown. Apparently, he had a rough night, an ambulance was called, and some outreach workers convinced him to check in. I lost it. I spent the whole night crying. I wanted to run there, but I knew showing up in person would probably do more harm than good. So I did the only thing I could think of. I wrote him a letter, handwritten, 5 pages. I wrote, "Mark, I don't even know if you'll read this, or if you'll tear it up the second you see my name. But you deserve the truth, the real truth, not the gossip you heard, not what I told other people. The truth is, I lied. I lied about you. I was consumed by jealousy and bitterness after the breakup. When you started dating Emily, I spiraled. I told people you had assaulted me, not because it was true, but because I wanted to ruin your life. And I did. You lost your job, your friends, your home. I did that. I have no excuse, no justification. I was wrong. I am beyond ashamed of what I became. You didn't deserve any of this, and I know an apology can't fix what I've done, but I needed you to know that I know, and I'm sorry. I don't expect forgiveness. I just hope you survive this and maybe someday heal. I hope you find people who are better than me, people who deserve you. I hope you get your life back. I hope you live. Please live." I cried writing it. I cried sealing it. I asked Sarah to give it to one of the counselors at the shelter, to pass it along, if Mark even wanted to read it. 3 days passed. Then Sarah called me. "Jess, he got the letter. He told the counselor to tell you." I got it. I don't ever want to hear from her again. That was it. And honestly, I deserved that. I had no right to expect more. Not forgiveness, not understanding, nothing. For a few days, I spiraled. Not because I was rejected, that's his right, but because it finally hit me. There's no fixing this. No magic undo button. No way to restore what I destroyed. I started thinking about confessing, going public, telling everyone I lied. I even spoke to a lawyer. The lawyer was blunt. If you do that, yes, you could face defamation charges, civil lawsuits, possibly criminal charges depending on what was said and where. And it might just reopen the wound for him. Right now, it sounds like he's trying to recover. This might do more harm than good. So here I am. No satisfying ending. No public martyrdom. No forgiveness. Just the ugly truth. I ruined a good man's life because I couldn't handle my own jealousy and rejection. The worst part, he was a good man. He wasn't perfect. No one is. But he never hit me, never emotionally abused me. He just worked too much, drifted away, broke up with me honestly. And instead of moving on, I destroyed him. I'm in therapy now, weekly. No, that's not redemption. But it's a start. Because if I don't figure out why I became this person, why I let myself cause so much harm, then there's no point in even going on. Mark deserves peace, whether that means rebuilding his life or just having me completely out of it. So that's what I'll do. No more reaching out. No more trying to help on my terms. I will stay gone. I will carry this. And I will do the work so I never, ever harm another person again. If you're reading this and you hate me, I don't blame you. If you think I'm beyond redemption, maybe you're right. But at least know I won't forget. I won't brush this under the rug. And I won't post about it again. Goodbye. Top comments. Backhand index pointing right. Second chances. 222. I respect that you didn't try to sugarcoat anything in this update. You admitted it all. That takes guts. I hope one day you can become the kind of person who would never do this again. Backhand index pointing right. Mixed signals _84. Honestly, I hate what you did, but I also believe people can change if they put in the work. Words mean nothing. It's what you do from now on that matters. Backhand index pointing right. Therapy for the win. This is one of the hardest posts I've read. You destroyed him. Yes, but admitting it in writing on here is more than most would do. Please don't stop therapy. Keep doing the hard work. Backhand index pointing right. burn underscore, all 99. You ruined someone's life because you couldn't handle rejection. You don't deserve sympathy. You should be in jail. Therapy isn't enough. Stop posting for validation. Backhand index pointing right, quiet steps, underscore 101. You're doing the only thing you can at this point, owning it, staying away, and working on yourself. It's not redemption yet, but it's a start. I hope you really stick with the therapy. Backhand index pointing right, never underscore forgiven 44. You say this is your final update, good. You don't deserve an audience. You destroyed a man, and now you're acting like you're the victim. Disgusting. Backhand index pointing right, stormy chances. This post is hard to read. On one hand, what you did was horrific. On the other, at least you're facing it. Not many people would. I don't know if you deserve redemption, but I hope you become better from this. Backhand index pointing right, iron underscore will underscore 87. No one cares about your healing journey. You need to face real consequences. Mark is still homeless, broken, drinking, and you're here writing Reddit updates. Go confess to the authorities. Backhand index pointing right, gray fox underscore reality. I'm torn. You ruined someone's life. That's unforgivable in many ways. But you're admitting it, taking responsibility, staying away. I hope you don't think this post is closure. It's not, but maybe it's a first step toward not doing harm again.